Hi, I'm Dr. Kathleen Fuller, and I'm coming to you from tropical Treasure Coast, Florida, and welcome to my website. I would like to introduce 4 different points to you, and the first one is I will go into kind of a humanistic point of view, introducing myself, my training, and a little bit about my background. And so the second point I'm very excited about releasing in January 13th, that's a Tuesday, for a special 24-hour book campaign sale on Amazon.com. So I'm going to be introducing my book to you and telling you all about it. It's Not Your Mother's Diet, and it does address weight issues, weight balance, eating, and body image tools, and so much more. And the third point is I'm going to give you a personal experiential experience on mini spa going to the beach. And it will help you release stress and just help you feel good. And the fourth point is I'd like to emphasize how important it is that you sign up for my emails. You'll get free tips and tools and bi-weekly newsletters which help educate you and give you actually free therapy. How good is that? Plus, you'll get free book excerpts, and what's most important is I will give you a special announcement announcing my book release and that 24-hour sale, because I need your help to create a #1 bestseller on Amazon.com. So, let's go back to point 1. I have been in private practice specializing in disordered behavior and eating disorders for the last 17 years. I am considered a leading authority on disordered eating. My patients effectively and affectionately call me the surgeon of the subconscious. That's because I have hypnotherapy. I'm certified and licensed by the state for hypnotherapy, and I teach people that what we think, feel, and everything that we do is directed by the subconscious, and that's 97%. People are astounded by that. So that's why it's so important to learn how to easily clear your subconscious mind. And that's what I teach people. To be free, to have more peace of mind, and to be free of your issues, whether dysfunctional behavior, an addiction, you name it, whatever it is. So, I'm also considered a psychological intuitive psychotherapist, and I do cognitive behavioral therapy. I know I teach people reality, kind of like Dr. Phil says, get real. Well, I'm a combination, because I do believe the most important element of all is your spiritual connection with your higher power. We'll talk about that a little bit more. So, the next point is talking about Not Your Mother's Diet. It's been in the works for about 10 years, and it is, I think it's my masterpiece. It is like no other book. It's unique because I don't know of any other therapist or workshop leader that connects people with their higher power in the way that I do. And the way I do that is, well, I'll go over that a little bit later when we have the mini spa trip to the beach. Now, research proves that when you connect with your higher power as a spiritual being, you have more success in changing your thinking and your emotions, which is critical. You've got to change your thinking and feeling to have more peace of mind. Now, the mind will minimize. Say you pick up a new book, and or you want to buy it, and your mind says, oh no, that's not going to work. Well, that mind is very negative. It's going to minimize. It's going to create self-doubt. Your mind will even create self-criticism and that critical, judgmental voice. And that voice can hound us, can't it? You know what I'm talking about. Well, that mind can minimize any success that we have. It can cause us to go into discouragement and even despair. And that is when we give up on things. We go back to old behavior that never worked before and will never work again, but it's familiar with us. And so we're funny creatures, humans. We will go back to what doesn't work just because it's familiar. So what my book does is break those, let's call them mother's leftovers. We want to shatter those old mother's leftovers. And we want to enter a new paradigm that is free. Freedom from the weight issues, the eating issues, and the body image issues. So that you can experience freedom, peace, and have sustained healthy eating along with health. You want body, mind, and spirit health. And so I'm going to teach you through the book a new paradigm shift. It's easy. All I need is your commitment. Within the book, there are 54 spiritual exercises. And now with the spiritual exercises, what I would ask you to do is with each one, I ask you to close your eyes and look up at this imaginary spot. This is your spiritual eye, but also scientists have found this is where insight occurs in your brain. So, with that in mind, it's easy. That's the most important part, though, connecting with your higher power. That's where you can connect and have your higher power help you. So important. So, that's unique about my book. Now, the other thing that's really close to my heart is not only do I have professional training, but I have personal experience. I'll go into the personal experience first, but I forgot a point. 18 years ago, I had an opportunity to intern at Glen Bay of Tampa. It was a 12-step hospital, and so it was the first professional setting that taught me that I could connect people with their higher power. I don't define your higher power. That's for you. And when you connect with your higher power, you can do it through contemplation, meditation, or prayer. All are powerful, whatever your choice is. So I was in my internship, and the patients in the hospital began to ask for me. And they began to talk among themselves and other therapists how effective my work was. And so the manager of the hospital asked me to document, write down my techniques that I had created because they were so effective, so they could use them later. And I did. So that was one of the highest compliments I received. Now, personally, from a humanistic point of view, I think this is helpful for you to know that I was an obese child. My family was full of addictions and had mental health issues, a lot of strife and trauma. So I was empathetic and very sensitive even at that time. So I just ate over everything. Became obese. I go to school and was severely teased by the children in school. Now, at age 11, I created my own diet. And you can, if you want to know more of my personal story, you can go on my website and click on my personal story.